Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew and today we're doing another figure review. Today we're doing a figure review of what might be the smallest, but arguably the biggest as far as the impact goes, figure set of the entirety of the Godzilla Kong The New Empire line goes from Playmates. Today we have the legends Suko and Doug. Now, it is worth noting that, Suko is a definitely small monster, so we're just going to take a look at pretty much everything that these guys got going for them. And we're going to be taking a look at Suko and Doug as individual figures, so, because I mean, they are individual figures, the only accessory comes with the rock, so let's just get into it. First of all, we're going to look at Suko, which Suko is definitely, again, the smallest main character of the film. Yes, I know Doug does appear in the movie, but merely only as a cameo yet again. Really wish he would have had, like, more plot significance, Maybe, like, Suko rides him into battle or something. That would have been cool. But, Suko here is definitely the most simplistic as well. The overall sculpt and paint is really well done. And, obviously, in the movie, he's, like, kind of like a reddish-brown type color. But, obviously, for the face, they've got, like, a bit of a gray spray. Kind of goes on the face a little bit. Not really on the ears, surprisingly. I mean, it's definitely prominent on this ear more so than this one. So I guess there's like a slight off color balance. So maybe like in the factory when they were spraying it, Suka was looking, they sprayed it at like that angle. But it still looks nice. Here we have the eyes of Suko. I can't remember in the movie if they were green or not. But these eyes, I honestly don't really like them. I know, they're big, they're cartoony, but that's exactly my problem. Because all the other monsters have smaller eyes. And I know it's going to be because Suko's a small figure, it might be hard to paint the eyes, but this just looks way too cartoony for my liking. This looks more animated than the other ones, and honestly, the fact that it's permanently looking towards the right, because it is Suko's right, you'll move your eyeballs this way, you're looking to the right, it kind of makes posing a little less enduring. So we'll talk about that in the articulation. But aside from that, it is at least applied really well, and it's probably the most well placed of the eye decals. Also, the scar on the eye, really well done. Little paint of what is that? Gray. There we go. Hard to focus in there. Stomach is made of kind of similar plastic. Not really much to go off of. The fur detail is actually really well done here on Suko. I like it a lot. Also, you can kind of see some the abs right there. I mean, not abs, but certain part of the body that I'm pretty sure all primates have. Here we have the arms, very small but very lanky in proportion. And I'm really glad that like they are this length because in the movie, Suko uses his arms to his advantage against his opponents. So when this guy grows up, probably in Godzilla Kong 3, you're going to see this guy a little bit older, maybe like a teenager or something. Obviously for the hand, it's painted gray. The same color as the face, but it's still gotten like kind of like a grippy or like a rest, kind of like a neutral resting to the side position. So it does look pretty good. Not much to go off of individually, not individually sculpted, but you can still make out the individual fingers, 4 in all, 5 if you count the thumb. I still kind of find it stupid how we don't consider the thumb to be a finger, despite the fact it behaves exactly like one. And as for the legs, little stumpy little things, nothing too much to write home about. Again, we've got some painting on the feet. Mine are a bit mismatched. There's a bit more paint on the left foot than there is the right foot. But for what is there, those are surprisingly some long toes. Like, I'm very surprised at how long of toes Suko has. Because aside from, like, the movie, this is our biggest shot at actually seeing Suko, at least in full potential. So, as far as that goes, in the back, nothing at the back at all. Pure. I don't think anything's rubber. It's all hard plastic. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it all feels kind of hard and rigid to me, which, I mean, hey, take it as you will. But, that wraps up the sculpt and paint department on Suko. What about articulation? Head is on a swivel, so there's no ball joint, although it looks like there is. Trust me, there isn't. That's literally just the joint wobbling. Or maybe there is, and it's just really limited. But comfortably, you're going to get a rotation. Can go like 360 if you really want to. Shoulders can go up about that far, down about that far. Can rotate all the way around because they're on swivel hinges. Elbows are also on swivel hinges, so you can kind of bend in about that far. And you can actually extend about that far. And notice how there's like a bit of a sculpted in groove. So when you bend in the elbow, or bend out the elbow, it'll stop it and not make it look like this, where it starts sinking back in and just looks completely broken or disproportionate. And the wrist is also on a swivel. I was really surprised about this. They didn't have to do it. And I mean, at Playmates quality, you'd think they wouldn't have done this, but they did. There is a waist swivel, which again, I was also completely not expecting, because Scar King, I believe, is the only other one in the line to feature some sort of waist movement, and that's on a ball joint. So, you know, I'm not asking for a ball joint, but if you're gonna give us waist movement, please, Playmates. Alright, I'm being a bit greedy. Extending out the arms. The legs can go forward about that far. Backwards about that far. Not much movement because of the butt as far as like backwards movement goes. But if you actually angle it this way, you can kind of get like a little bit of a split movement, and then you can kind of make him sit, which I think you'd want him to sit because of all the scenes with Kong in the film. We have a hinge at the leg, no swivel this time, but much like the elbow, there is a sculpted in knee groove, so it stops it from bending at a certain point, and feet swivels, which again I was not expecting, but again I'm happy they gave it to us. Which I think, aside from the lizards, Shimu and Godzilla, that this is the only other one to feature, what is it? Elbow swivels, or sorry, feet swivels. Now, time to talk about accessories, which the only accessory Suko actually comes with is the rock. And notice how I have a bit of a plastic shell. That's actually from the packaging, but I need to stress that if you open it, you're going to want to keep it just so, like, it has something to rest on. The reason why is because, well, taking a look at the rock here first, it is just a basic rock. Playmates probably took the mold off something else. Let's be real here. Because it is easy just to copy off a rock and extend it. But, Suko can hold it, but, like, it's not a whole, like, fit as far as, like, yeah, there we go. There's the rock, but it's not really, it doesn't click in place, and it's very loose. I got to imagine that maybe they're planning to make like a Suko. Oh, that would be cool. Playmates, I'm giving you like a good idea for a new figure. You know those mega figures? Make it so Suko has a rock and like he catapults that rock away. So like maybe he uses like his torso, then he yeet, throws the rock right away. Maybe it'll hit some kids, but then again, you've made a Godzilla that shoots missiles, so... So, as far as the rock goes, it's fine. But yeah, definitely keep this if you're opening it up. It's right where the rock itself is packaged, so you literally don't even need to find it. You just be careful when you're opening it so you can actually still have it. I say that, and I completely annihilated my packaging last time. So, as far as, like, it goes... I'm a bit disappointed with the connection as far as, like, the hand grip goes, because I feel like if Suko's going to be holding this thing and chucking it, he's going to at least have to have, like, some form of, like, actual grip on this thing, because that is weak. Suko ain't letting go of that rock. But, that being said, that's essentially all there is to Suko and the rock. So next, let's go on to Doug.